Hello, everyone, and welcome to our overview of Mexican-American genealogy research. My name is Zarissa, and I'm a reference librarian in the Archives and Information Services Division here at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, or TSLAC for short. Today I'll be showing you how to navigate a wide variety of resources useful for researching Mexican-American genealogy and historical records. Many are available to view online, others can be seen in person at our Austin location. First, I'll show you how to get to the Mexican-American Genealogy Research Guide on our website. You will need to start at the TSLAC website at tsl.texas.gov. From our homepage, we'll select Archives and Reference in the gray bar near the top. On the next page, you will see some icons. We will click on Genealogy with the pedigree chart icon. From the genealogy resources at TSLAC, we'll go down the page a little to the Special Topics subheading and select the Mexican American Genealogy Research link. This guide is designed to help researchers interested in finding records about Hispanic, Mexican, and Mexican American individuals across Texas history, from pre-Republic Texas to present day. This page is divided into sections for different time periods, but some collections in a section cover several time periods. And as noted in the introduction, information about one person or location may not always be in just one place. Genealogy records come in many types. Archival records and items that can be seen in person and may be digitized online, publications and microfilm records that you can see in our library or may have a digital copy online too, or you could request them through interlibrary loan. Contact your local public library directly to ask about their interlibrary loan program. As a bonus, for paper items such as publications that may not lend or you aren't sure if you need, you can make a scan request for a small section such as the table of contents, a part of the index, or specific pages. A bonus about visiting our Austin location reference reading room is also that you can use our microfiche viewers to review and take screenshots directly of the microfilm to save to USB or send to your email. You can always contact our reference staff using our email or phone number in the upper left corner under the table of contents if you have any questions. There are many great places to start researching pre-Republic of Texas records. One is the Research Guide for Resources of the Republic of Texas and Pre-Republic Era. Our Land and Property History Research Guide also includes agencies and resources to use for early land grant searching or research of a historical family house, building, or property. We can see here there's a section on boundary changes. Now this has resources you can use to figure out where your ancestors' records might be in Texas. Because Spain and then Mexico ruled the area now called Texas before it became a republic, looking for historical records may be easier by checking what the current geographic area would have been called in the time period of interest. For example, if your research shows an ancestor had land and died in Atascosa, but you didn't find any records in the current county of Atascosa, you could find out that the region once called Atascosa is now covered by many Southeast Texas counties, and then find out when those county boundary changes happened. We include a number of different resources, including a blog post, an excellent website by the Newberry Library with interactive county boundary change maps and indexes, and relevant publications in our collection. TSLAC holds many archival collections for the pre-Republic era as well, including transcripts of documents in Spanish about the Texas area, although there are generally fewer documents the earlier you go. You can select the collection name to see a guide or finding aid with more information about the contents. If it is hyperlinked, you can tell the blue ones are hyperlinked. For example, transcripts from Mexican archives are listed and described in this PDF finding aid for the Archivo General de Mexico. If you find a record you want to view, you can go to the Access options for archival collections, select Before You Visit, and here you can see that if you are planning to visit our location, you can make an appointment. This page includes a link for a Texas State Archives material request form in PDF format that you can fill out and save. Then email to our staff at ref@tsl.texas.gov. First, indicate if you are researching or making a Public Information Act request. Then, indicate if the records are restricted if you will accept redactions of restricted materials. Next, you'll fill out the title and description of materials using information from the finding aid. For example, here you'll use the title here, and then the box number and section number, and list those here to indicate the files you're interested in. Then add your information at the bottom and which contact method you prefer. Save it and send it in an email. Archivists will use these material request forms to pull the items that you are interested in to have them ready when you visit. Now, back to the pre-Republic section. We can see that some materials are held at other repositories, and you can contact them, for example, the Briscoe Center, directly for assistance with their collections. Other materials, like the Bexar County records, are held at TSLAC and have listed options available for access on their webpage. These are microfilmed and can be viewed on site, borrowed through interlibrary loan, or might be digitized to view on the Family Search website, although some images can only be viewed at a Family Search affiliate library. Good luck for you though, TSLAC is a Family Search affiliate library. For more instructions about accessing county records, you can go to our County Records on Microfilm guide. Now, many archival collections, as we discussed, are linked to their own descriptive finding aid. These are hosted by the Texas Archival Resources Online, TARO for short, website. These finding aids describe the history, the scope and contents of the records, how they're organized, and sometimes you can search contents by name. Other times you'll need to use additional indexes or inventories. So when there's not a TARO finding aid or the finding aid does not list names, you can check an inventory or index for names or dates you're interested in that might be, whether or not they might be in a collection. Sometimes a collection like the Bexar Archives have an index that is a book, like the Bexar Archives 1717 to 1836, a name guide. This can be viewed on site and searched for names that might be in the archival documents. Other times, a collection like the Laredo Archives has an index that's digitized, like this one on the Portal to Texas History, where you can find the names or the dates, and then look at the microfilm at TSLAC. The Nacogdoches archives contain tens of thousands of pages that have been microfilmed. TSLAC holds microfilm as well as calendars or lists of documents in order by date and an Excel spreadsheet inventory. Digital copies of portions of the Nacogdoches archives are also available on the Texas Digital Archive, or TDA. Moving on to the Republic of Texas era, you can see the resources of the Republic of Texas and Pre-Republic Era Research Guide and our Military Records Research Guide. For more information here in the Military Records Guide, you can see the activities and service of individuals and military units such as the Texas Rangers or the Texas State Guard, among many others. And both of these have a research webinar you can find on this main webpage. Two more resources that contain a lot of records referring to individuals with Hispanic surnames are the Court of Claims Land Petitions and Republic of Texas passports. Next, we are going to the State of Texas section. This is where after December 29, 1845, Texas officially became the 28th state of the United States of America. For research 1846 onward, think about how did your ancestor interact with, how would they have been recorded in the course of business with state government entities? Did they reside at a state institution, join the state guard, participate in a court case? Did they apply for professional certification? There's many resources here. One of them is the Confederate pension applications. These are helpful because you can find more information about both soldiers and their widows. As an example of the information you can find, there's a record of Tomasa de Garza of Webb County, who received a pension due to her husband Juan Garza, serving in Company D, Texas Cavalry under Colonel Santos Benavides. Additional relevant TSLAC archival collections are listed. These include the Good Neighbor Commission records from the 1940s to 1980s. These address discrimination in school and housing segregation and the treatment of braceros and migrant laborers. Later records include scholarships for Texas and Latin American students, visits of Mexican teachers to Texas, the teaching of Spanish in Texas schools, and sponsorship of the Pan American Student Forum. The Bureau of Labor Statistics records from 1945 to 1948. These have detailed individual records about workers under agencies who hired them on behalf of out-of-state employers, mostly to the north and west of Texas. This includes migrant labor contracts and child labor permit applications. Searching the records of professions takes a couple extra steps. While these holdings are described in finding aids, first we need to review the list of processed state and local records on the TSLAC website. Here, we can search or scroll through and browse for a relevant finding aid that holds records of the examiners or examining boards for a profession that requires government licensing. Press the keys Control and F to bring up the find bar. It's usually at the bottom or the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Then type in law, for example. You may need to hit enter to move forward through the results. Here, yes, you can see the Texas Board of Law examiners, a link to the finding aid for minutes from their meetings, the years covered by their records, and the volumes those records are held in. Once again, fill out that material request form, send in an email, and our reference staff will get you set up to research. Now, other collections of note. These include a detailed research guide for our prints and photographs collection, and we link to some photograph collections and manuscript collections that are relevant to Mexican American history. Some you can view online and others can be viewed on site. At TSLAC, we have a PDF of additional TSLAC manuscript holdings here if you'd like to review those as well. There are so many TSLAC publications on Hispanic, Mexican, and Mexican American history that we can't list them all here. We do point out that we hold some Texas University catalogs and directories in our holdings. You can search for these in our online catalog to find information about faculty and staff associated with a school in a specific school year. You can also search for relevant publications with some of the suggested keywords or keywords from your own research. Last but not least, this section links out to organizational websites that hold records or resources useful to researching Mexican American history. We recommend that you take a look. We hope this overview of our Mexican American Genealogy Research Guide has been helpful. It can be overwhelming to get started, so hopefully this helps you find a place or two to begin. You're welcome to email reference, give us a call, reach out by mail, or just visit us during our public service hours with any questions about how to access materials described today or about reproductions, and we would be happy to help guide you through the process. You can also check out our social media for special events and announcements. Thanks for watching. We look forward to hearing from you.